This is Dr. Tongie. I'm from a little town called Columbus, Mississippi, and I've come all the way here to show you exactly how you can live abundantly. Fear is nothing. You hear me? You can do anything you put your mind to. I'm your girl, Dr. Tongie. We're gonna do life together. Good evening, family. Oh my God, have I missed you, man? I have missed you so much. You've been running around in my head all day. I kid you not. I'm always wondering, how are you? If you know that you are valued, if you understand the assignment on your life, if you really get the fact that you have been created with purpose for such a time as this. I'm your girl, Dr. Tongie, but on this show, you know me as Tongie, your friend and family member, and welcome to another episode of Talk to Tongie. And I am so extremely excited tonight, or today rather, because I have got a guest that is a returning guest, but he's one of those guys that you know you've met someone who's doing so much in the marketplace that you just kind of want to make sure that he's doing good, and you don't want to bombard him with, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? But you're always in the background praying for him and hoping that he and his family are well. Before we get to all of that goodness and what this man has done in the short amount of time that he's been here, I want to slow it down just a little bit. And I've got to say this. I had to write it down because my daughter says to me, Ma, you're all over the place. You better write it down. So I wrote it down. This place that I'm speaking of, this show that I'm talking about, is an experience. And it's an experience that I wanted to create for this time, for these amazing people, you, so that you understand that to whom much is given, much is required. And there are times, man, there are times when life can be just so rambunctious, right? And it looks like you've put your hand to the plow. You've done the work. You've prepared, you've prayed, you fasted, you believed, and then you're stuck. And if you're anything like me, when that happened, I don't know how many times that has happened to me, and I literally had to get up, Tongie, get yourself up. It is time to go. You've got places to be and people that you've got to be a blessing to. So if that's you, I want you to know that you're in a really good place this evening. And I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. I'm saying it because if you're there, you're right where you need to be. Because this place, Talk to Tongie, right? This place is a place of hope. I've curated it to be a place where you literally can grab your cocoa tea or whatever it is, beverage of choice that you like. Roll up your sleeves, get your notepad and your pen or pencil, and take copious notes. I don't know everything, right? And I don't even profess to. But the things that I do know, I know, and I've experienced them. One thing in particular that I know is that whenever you say out of your mouth, this is what I'm going to do, then all heaven will back you up. Tonight, we're going to talk to a man that did just that. This man hails from California. Yeah, man. But Saint Lucia is his home now. He's planted his roots. He's growing. He's thriving. And he's not just doing it to say, hey, look at me and look at what I'm doing with my third generation self. He's saying, I'm rolling up my sleeves to introduce a lifestyle to other people who may not look like me, but dream. And when they dream in color. So tonight, we're going to have some fun, man. Yeah, man. He's a brother from another mother. He's a restaurateur. He's a man of distinction. He's a man with plans. He's a family man, a businessman. And you know what? People speak real good behind his back. Yeah, they do. I've talked to some of the folks that work here in this beautiful establishment, Chateau Mygo, located right here in Marigot Bay. So, join us We're going to get down to the nitty gritty. We're going to ask those questions, man. And he's going to give us some answers and some how-tos. But the most important thing, I want you to leave here inspired, motivated, ready for your next assignment. Yeah. All right? Okay. So stay tuned. We're going to get in touch and get in tune with the man of the hour, Mr. Shahid Rambally. I said it right, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. All right, stay tuned. We're going to be right back. The ocean speaks a universal language. It tells us to be steady, to rise and fall, but never quit. Here on Talk to Tongie, we believe the waves of life don't come to drown you. They come to teach you how to rise. Stay tuned, because more of Shahid Rambally's story is on the way. And we are back. Thank you so much, family, again for hanging out with us. I'm just so excited that you're here, and I'm so grateful. And I never, ever want you to think that I'm taking your being here for granted or lightly. I understand you could be watching whatever show on a Friday night on DBS that you want to watch, man. But 8 o'clock, you tune in for me. And for that, I am truly grateful. So, without further ado, let's get into this amazing why with this incredible man. Thank you again for being here, man, or for allowing us to be here.
Absolutely, Dr. Tongie. It's always a pleasure to have you visit us here at Marigold Bay.
And hold yourself, man. Oh, my God. All right. A lot of people don't know all of the tenets to who you are. You're a man who I said it in the introduction, you dream in color. You really do. Tell me, if you will, when was the first time, we'll start with the restaurant part of who you are. Mm-hmm. When was the first time that you knew, you know what, there's something to this and I better get in now?
You know, I think when I first came to Saint Lucia, I was actually working with a lot of my other family members, my uncles, from automotive to the mortuary business and transportation, all sorts of different. And I just saw that I took a strong interest in the culinary field early on, and I'm always a big aficionado of watching all the food preparation channels and all the cooking shows. And I just saw that this field, working in the tourism industry specifically, you're able to interact with a lot of people from all around the world, and it was a lot more fun than being in an office, quoting tire sizes. And prices and, so I'd rather the pina colada business, and that's when I first saw it. And being in this location, at any given time, I could have 8 different languages being spoken here at the restaurant. Wow. And it's a very dynamic feel. And I find, like, with my background and a few languages and cultures that I've experienced, I'm able to interact. And I just saw this specific place here in Marigold Bay start to explode, and so popular, so beautiful. It is. How can you not want to be here in the water every day and show up? This is your office.
Wow, man. So the yes to culinary, the yes to this restaurant, how did that come about?
Well, you know, my grandmother actually started the restaurant, and it was a lot smaller. And my mother was a flight attendant with Delta Airlines, and she retired after working 20 years with Delta Airlines and came back. She was actually, we were living in Hawaii at the time, in Kauai. Come on. And she called me up one day and she told me, I was back in California, and she told me she's going back home. She's got an opportunity to go back and start the restaurant up again for my grandmother, take over. And she's going to give it a try. And that's how it all started. You know, she took everything she had in Hawaii and she shipped it in a 40-foot container and came down here and opened up shop. And I was always visiting because I was working in different parts of the Caribbean at the time.
Okay.
And I just started to see that this was a great spot, great opportunity.
Yeah.
I love being back home because I'm a Saint Lucian. And like many of us, we had to emigrate throughout the world, from Canada to Europe to the United States. And coming back and being able to contribute from everything that I've seen and done abroad and bring it back here and create a Saint Lucian fusion of all the different things to do. I found that was the other thing I find too is in Saint Lucia, because it's a smaller society. It's a lot easier to make a lot of connections and relationships when you live in the bigger countries too.
That's true.
It's very hard to break into different sectors. So I found it was a natural advantage. But coming back home, it's nothing better than being back home.
I know. You just fit right in, man. I absolutely love it. Now, Chateau Migo, third generation, am I correct? Yeah,
that's correct.
All right. Walk us through the grandmother, then mother, now you.
Yeah.
What do you see as it going into the fourth generation or the next generation?
I see that we're with all the technology and the modernization, I see that the global community is getting smaller. And I see with the next generation, we're going to be taking advantage of different sectors like the yachting and marine sector. There's a lot of sports tourism as well.
That's true.
And there's also different aspects of the culinary field. Not only do you just do general culinary dinner, lunches, there's weddings, there's different activities, different competitions. But I see Chateau Migo being as a local establishment, I see it continuing the tradition of inspiring young local Saint Lucian persons to engage in the hospitality industry. Like I've had many great chefs come out of my place that came in as dishwashers.
Oh, come
and they
on.
work their way up through, and they go to prep cooks, and then they become chefs themselves. I see them working in different hotels. They'll come up and say hi to me. And then it's always good to see one of my ex-employees doing well. I always love that.
See, you're giving me chill bumps here because you know, I told you this before. You exemplify a person who has the spirit of leadership, okay? It's really important for folk like yourself to make certain that the next person get it and go further with it. Why is that important to you?
The reason it's important to me is I find that Saint Lucia, because of the history of the island, we had a big brain drain and a lot of us left. And I find it's sort of our duty for some of us who are able to come back, to come back and participate, because like I said, the global community is getting smaller and smaller, and in Saint Lucia, we need more Saint Lucians to step up and engage in society and business in all sorts of facets. So Saint Lucia could all continue being Saint Lucian.
Absolutely.
So we need other people to come here and come back home.
Look at you! Look at you, ambassador for your hometown, for your home country.
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Obstacles. Yeah, we talked about a couple of things right before we came on, but what obstacles have you had to venture through, just kind of burrow through, coming and taking the helm and making certain that this place goes further than what it was when you first started? What obstacles have you had to go through?
And we've had a lot of obstacles, mostly with the global economy, especially in 2008. Was a very hard period for us. We rely so much on tourism. So whenever the global economy or global issues are probably that might be critical, they might affect us negatively.
Gotcha.
Especially, I notice the pandemic's a great example as well. But in terms of obstacles, some of the main obstacles I found is just when you grow up in another country, especially in the United States, Europe, Canada, these areas, they operate a business at a different rate, different pace. And for you to be able to come here and apply those same principles, you have to be a little flexible, because it's very difficult to apply the same principles down here, and we have different cultures and everything. So that was a big obstacle for me to get used to. The other thing too is just plugging into the culinary field. I wasn't really raised a chef. When when I came here, I started helping out, and
Yeah.
I'm sort of taught by my grandmother and my mother.
I love it.
So that was a big obstacle for me.
Okay.
But the other obstacles that we had was just figuring out what type of place we have here in Saint Lucia in the local community in terms of what sort of cuisine, what sort of atmosphere,
Yeah.
and how we could strike a balance between not only the tourism sector but also the local sector, and create a great blend where you could have locals, tourists, and boatsmen all come together in a place where everyone could just feel like comfortable.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
inclusivity is really important for you.
Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that. From the very moment that we came down here, I fell in love. The ambience, the people.
It's a
view.
family business,
Oh my
so we make everyone feel like
gosh.
family.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You walk through the door or walk through the premise and someone says, "Hey, how are you?" And you're like,
Absolutely.
"I'm good. How are you?"
And the other thing too is a lot of my employees have worked for me for several years. I don't have as high a turnover as a lot of
love
places because it's we're really involved in the community, and we're family people.
Okay.
So sometimes I'll have people that work with me. Their relatives will come and work with me.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I have 2-3 generations working with me at the same time.
Now,
So it's,
that's amazing. You know that. The last time we were here, I remember you saying we're going to do some expansion or some renovation, and you've done extremely well. Will you speak on why the importance of regenerating or renewing what you already had, because it was working, right?
Yeah.
Why did you feel the need to spruce it up and do something in addition to?
here in Saint Lucia, with the clientele that we're attracting, such different clientele, and we want to be able to accommodate everyone.
Gotcha.
So in terms of space, in terms of atmosphere, and during the season we can get quite busy. So I needed to streamline my whole entire operation as to where it could run smoothly and efficiently.
Okay.
And we just want to keep up with everyone. You know, when we go places, you know, and especially I do so much traveling. I'll see something.
Really do.
I'll see something in Peru. I'll see something, you know, maybe in some other part of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And I'll look at that. I'm like, you know, if I did this, or if I used this ingredient, or if I took that decoration, I could make it, you know, like, for example, we do Caribbean tacos and burritos, and I use a lot of local ingredients. And I get these ideas from different places. I'm like, this sauce, well, like, I don't have this, I don't have that, but we have this, and I can put that. Wow. And so I'm constantly trying to update and keep up with whatever I see, so we always have a fresh look.
Absolutely. Now, you mentioned something about sourcing. The last time we were here, you still source locally. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
We work with a lot of local farmers, local fishermen. We buy a lot of organic beef, organic chicken. Really? A lot of our fruits and vegetables come right here from the Millet Valley. And we try to use mostly local, support local.
Very important.
Yeah, and it also helps me out a lot. When you say with challenges, I'll tell you the biggest challenge I forgot is when you're running a business, or especially a restaurant, sourcing ingredients. Some days you'll see like there'll be zucchini, and next thing you can never find zucchini for another 2 weeks or something, or limes. Certain things aren't in season.
Gotcha.
So sometimes you want to make like avocado guacamole, and then you won't see avocado until next year. You gotta figure out what you're gonna do. Mangoes. Yeah. Mangoes blossom in our low season. You know, so that's always. You know, my mangoes are gone by the time you. I
love it. So you got the hang of it now. Though,
yeah.
Right?
Now I know exactly what time of year.
Yeah.
And I go accordingly to what I can find.
Oh my gosh. So with all of this newness, all of this greatness, right? What do mom and grandma think about everything that you're imagining and you're putting your hand to the plow and you literally are doing it? What's their take on all of this?
Well, you know, I come from an East Indian family, so their take is I can always be working harder. I can always be doing more. Absolutely.
I'm sorry, but it does sound like, I mean, it's typical, right?
It's very typical.
Oh my God.
There's no room for compliments. You get those when you're dead in your obituary.
Don't do this. We got to get through this show tonight, man. Family, we are just getting started. From roots and beginnings, we're going to move into how our guy, our Shahid, was able to literally say, you know what? I love what we're doing here, but I want to do more. And here's why right after this. Stay tuned. Community is the heartbeat of this island. Every handshake, every exchange, every smile, it reminds us that we thrive together. This is why we bring you stories from people in the marketplace. Because behind every business, there's a dreamer, a doer, and a believer. And their stories deserve to be told. And we are back with this amazing guest of ours, Mr. Shahid Rambally. Names are so important, and I will flutter a name in a minute, but I am trying. I swear to you, I am. Let's get into this food because we haven't talked about the menu. You've got an eclectic, an imagination that has run wild. Tell me, if you will, some of the dishes that inspired you. You said you picked up some from Peru, from other Caribbean nations. Mm-hmm. What literally brings it all together for you when you're creating a menu?
When I'm creating a menu, I look for, like I always tell you, ingredients, fresh ingredients. And then I look at the different styles. I typically like to do a take on something. For example, the ceviche.
Oh,
I
yes.
do a Saint Lucian type ceviche where my secret to my ceviche, I use the regular ingredients, but we have a certain seasoning pepper that we use here in Saint Lucia.
Yeah.
That's sort of like the flavor of Saint Lucia.
Come on.
And I add a little bit of that in with our Shadow Benny, which is a cousin to the cilantro. And the other things, like for example, I like to use a lot of fresh seafood. So from lobsters to fresh tuna.
Okay.
Dorado, mahi.
Yeah.
And I like to do a lot of fusions, especially I'll do a Caribbean version of like a French Creole recipe.
Oh, come
and
on.
Use a lot of like my secret weapons are my herbs and my spices.
Herbs and spices.
So majority of my cooking, I used my I'd say like my heritage, my Indian heritage.
Yeah, for sure.
Where I toast a lot of the spices. So a lot of the cumin seeds, a lot of the garam masala.
Oh, come on.
I season like my chicken wings. I season them with a little curry before I deep fry them. That's my trick. So and then I get all my herbs. I have all my mint, my parsley, my thyme.
Yeah.
And I just try my best to create a blend and a unique flavor that it infused not only it captures the Saint Lucian flavor, but it also captures my Indian heritage as well.
Oh, I freaking love that. What? Mm-hmm. Wow. You got me hungry right now, man. And I'm trying to think now. Have I eaten today? So you're under renovation now, yes?
Yeah, that's correct.
But you're getting ready to reopen.
Yep.
Would you tell us about the expectation of your reopening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we service a lot of the local community.
Yeah.
So a lot of my neighbors have been calling me, but I wanted to make sure I get everything right. So in a couple of days we'll be reopening.
Okay.
And we're going to be launching a new menu, a fresh menu, where we've actually gone a little bit more. I've been seeing a lot of the Asian fusion. So we have a lot of dishes that we're going to be using, a lot of ginger, a lot of garlic.
Come on.
A lot of sesame seeds.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing a little bit of teriyakis as well. But we'll always keep our traditional curries and all our stuff. So when we're opening up, we also have a new bar menu coming out as well, cocktails.
We're
going to be extending our happy hour, making more than an hour, maybe a couple hours. So you could come down here at 4 o'clock and get started.
It's just get a room.
Absolutely. And
so you can do that here, right?
Absolutely. We have villas as well, so you could definitely get a room. Then we have our boats that you could sail away.
Oh my God!
So you could we do trips, day trips. Sunset charters.
You do. I know. I'm an alumni of
absolutely
your day trips. I absolutely love those.
Absolutely.
The blend of business and cooking and everything that you do to build this brand. How taxing is that for you?
At first, because I wasn't organized, it was very taxing because every business was so different. And being one person running all the different businesses, it's sometimes when you're not organized, it becomes a nightmare.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That would be me.
Yeah.
What'd
So-
you do to get that? I don't want to rush past that. What did you do to get organized?
Well, the first thing I started to do, I started to recognize all my weaknesses, and I started to hire people that didn't have the skills I have. So, like with me, I'm horrible at all paperwork and sitting in the
Ouch.
office.
Yeah, man.
So I got a good office team. I got people that could take care of that they don't lose stuff. You know,
See, that's what I'm talking
yeah.
about.
And then the other thing too, I started to utilize different sectors of the business in the other businesses. For example, for the sailing charters, we do a lobster dinner cruise. So with that cruise, I could basically use the services of the restaurant and intermix it.
Yep.
With the sailing too, I do things where I bring people in there and they have dinner. They do a sunset cruise. They come and have a beautiful dinner, then we sail them back to the resort.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, and then we do a ship and shore program where you come and stay in our villas for a few days.
Yeah.
Then after that, you hop on a boat and then you go sailing for a few days. So you do a ship and shore combination. So they're all three of them are working with each other.
Yeah.
And
So
I found
symbiosis.
some similarities.
Absolutely.
And then all of them being in the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit easier. But then again, that is also a handicap sometimes because, for example, COVID proved that, you know, if you're in that hospitality thing or something, if all your eggs are in one basket, you're running a risk. So
Absolutely.
So it's always good to try to diversify.
Did you know that before or after COVID, the diversification and doing what
you
you're
know,
doing?
I learned that after COVID. I kind of suspected it.
Gotcha.
But I never thought it would ever happen. You know, that was a surreal experience.
Wow, for so many of us.
But however, COVID, even as horrible as it was, I think COVID shows your resiliency
Come on.
as a business person, as an individual, and then in many cases as a family. If you're a family that passed COVID together,
Come on.
good chance you're a pretty strong family.
better
You know,
believe it, man.
that wasn't nothing easy.
No, it was not. Were you stateside? Well, local.
Local.
Everything?
I actually, I was involved in the youth sailing program, and I was trying to sign up a few of the sailors that we have in Saint Lucia I was in Fort Lauderdale in Florida, and I was going to have them train with the Fort Lauderdale state team for the state competitions. I remember watching it on TV happening, and I'm mentioning to the people I'm signing, I'm like, hey, you think that's going to be a problem?
Oh my God.
And literally that same week, I just had a premonition, and I flew back to Saint Lucia, and the borders closed. Literally two days after I arrived. So and then everything started. Then what happened was that was actually the end of our sailing for a while, and a lot of our athletes were in a very critical years for competition, so they missed all that. And then we ended up diversifying and sending all of them into different sports, from swimming to the board sports, to surfing, and all these other sports.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was
Man,
that was a little left turn we took there. But I don't want to go back down that road.
Oh boy, no, we do not. But for you to have placed so many different kind of stopgap measures in place, that's pretty genius. You do know that, right?
I think it's by luck sometimes.
But you didn't quit.
Yeah.
What's the driving force? And I'll ask everyone that I have an opportunity, especially those who've gone through some things and had to roll up their sleeves.
Yeah.
What's the driving force that says, for you, quitting is not an option?
You know, I would say the biggest one is for people who have families, and if you have children, and then you have to look at, you know, whatever is happening and your responsibilities.
Come on.
That's about 90% of motivation. Wow. But for people that don't have that family, don't have any of that, that has to come from within.
Come on, man.
And you know, you have to really life always has these setbacks and everything, and it's really if life was a good time the whole time, you know, it'd
get kind of boring.
It'd be pretty boring. So you only have these little spurts, and it takes a lot of veracity, mental toughness.
Come on.
And but when you have a family, I find that really but it helps too when you have a family for the support as well.
For sure.
But that also is a great motivator because you don't have an option. You know, you're the captain of the ship.
Come on, man.
Everyone's got to get home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what would you say to someone who says, I've been doing this thing year 4 now, and business has been ebbing and flowing, and I hear what you're saying, but man, I am tired, and I don't have anybody. I don't have family. What do you say to that person who's watching tonight?
Well, with that person, depending what you're doing, you always have to find a passion in what you do. Sometimes you're not fortunate. Some of us are fortunate that have a passion. Sometimes a job, work is work.
Yeah.
But the best thing to do is always never give up hope.
Aye.
Yeah, and always just know it's like whatever's happening today isn't necessarily what's going to happen tomorrow.
Right.
The courses can always change, and you
Yeah.
can guide it. And there's definitely things like self-fulfilling prophecies. If if you think negative, that's the worst. Like,
Would you please say that aloud?
Yeah,
Say that again.
Yeah, and the negative stuff, man. You're almost making it happen to you.
You better believe
You know,
it. Yeah, man.
and it takes a lot more mental energy to think negatively than to think positively.
Wow.
Thinking positive, it's a lot easier. That's
Yeah,
like having
yeah.
a good time. You're
Yeah.
thinking positive.
Right.
Yeah, negative, that prevents you from sleeping,
Yeah.
prevents you from performing.
It does.
You know, so you just got to stay positive, and you can't give up hope.
Oh, wow.
And just know, like, you know, it's whatever is happening, this is not your situation in the future. Maybe it's a little difficult, but
Right.
life's meant to be difficult.
Wow.
So you can't shy away from it, you know?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, man. I tell you, I feel like I'm in this master class, man. You're bringing it tonight. You are. So hope. Hope is really, it's the foundation really for a lot of things. Do you transpose that same kind of hope when you're introducing something new to someone who says to you, Shahid, man, I want to cook and nobody's giving me the opportunity. Will you give me an opportunity to do something I haven't done before? And you do that. Why is that something that you believe this area, that the people of this area need?
You know, here in Saint Lucia, we lack a lot of opportunities that, you know, you normally get in a lot of larger countries.
Yeah.
And because we're a smaller economy, smaller size,
Yep.
we have smaller opportunities, smaller everything.
Yeah.
And you never know when your enthusiasm and your attention
Right.
might make a difference in someone's life.
Better know it.
So that little 2 hours or half an hour, or maybe that opportunity you gave that person, that might have changed that person. And then
on.
next thing you know, you see them later on. And I've had people come up to me and go, listen, if I really appreciated this opportunity you gave me. I remember when I was a kid, and I watch them now, and they always come up and thank me. And it makes you feel really good, you know, because with me growing up, I had a lot of people give me different opportunities, you know, and at times when I thought, you know, like when you lose a little hope, and I had someone look at me and go, hey, well, no problem. Why don't you do this and try that?
Come on.
Come over here every Saturday and every Tuesday, and then I'll teach you how to do this.
Come on.
Yeah, so it only takes one person.
That's it.
One
That's it.
person.
Yep.
One person is like, a lot of people think you need 1 million people,
Yeah.
but one person can actually do quite a bit.
You better say
And,
it.
you know, I have multiple examples of just one person thinking about something and creating a whole movement and inspiring other people. So it's and it starts with one person.
Well, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. I'm so excited about talking the next subject on these surfboards. I'm trying to contain myself here, right? But wow, that is what you're doing. You literally are taking life, not by the horns, but just by the pages, and saying, we're going to work this thing out. We're going to walk this thing out. What does your family think about you and everything you're doing?
Well, you know, I'm a lot different than most of my family because a lot of them, I put a lot of emphasis on recreation and sports.
Talk about it.
And then a lot of my family, it's mostly work
Okay.
and business,
Okay.
especially the cultural differences.
For sure.
We still have that same culture with, I think Chinese have that.
Yeah.
Indians have that. It's certain Middle Eastern. It's a work inspired, and then
Right.
if you're doing anything fun or recreation, you're wasting time.
You're
like
wasting time.
that ain't making money. What are you doing that for? playing that tennis, you know, unless you're going to be some top star cricket player or a football player, you know.
Oh my God.
So it wasn't really encouraged, but I was very lucky because my mother is very athletic and very sporty, and she's always pushed me and my father to push me into sports. And growing up in these different countries, I've always been very different.
Gotcha.
Not only culturally, but also just the way I look. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I've always been the only one. And I found a way to integrate was participating in a lot of different activities, be it sports, clubs, hobbies,
I got you.
and start to branch out and meet people and make different connections. And I find that's very important when you're like a person going through a lot of stuff, and it's very important to plug in and do other things
Right.
besides just always concentrating on that one thing. It's good to be a little bit balanced. And I find these recreational activities and these sports, it's always good to have a hobby. A hobby keeps you out of problems. I always tell the kids, you have a hobby, you're going to be concentrating because you want to do that to the fullest.
That's it. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Hence your segueing into this sport where you believe that everybody has an opportunity, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Before he screams for a break, you've got to tell me this. The introduction to surfing, man, that is, that's major, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Had it been done here on the island before, you said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Had it been done before?
A few guys. There's a very small population of maybe about 5 or 6 guys.
No way.
That I found doing it.
Yeah.
And however, what I have done that's different is I've actually taken the youth and started regenerating through the youth.
I love it.
And I started igniting all of these coastal village towns just from me going up and down the island. I just noticed these kids are out with little pieces of wood catching these big waves, and they're very aquatic. They're diving. And I was fortunate that my kids were very young at the time too.
For sure.
And I'd bring them all along, and the same things my kids were doing, the other kids wanted to try, and I just promoted it. And it's just started a movement. Now I have several coastal villages where I have several young surfers, and they're performing quite well. I was we had a recent swell just a week ago.
Yeah.
All of them are ripping, catching waves.
Yeah.
And it's a great experience, because what I'm doing is I'm basically taking sports that helped me through life, like the surfing. I've done it all my life, and it's brought me all around the world, brought me great friends, great experiences. And here in Saint Lucia, we're surrounded by water. So I think we should be taking more advantage of all these waters for swimming, sailing, surfing, diving. Like, we got great swimmers, great potential. And I'm just happy to be leading the charge. And I'm just happy to be bringing a little bit of California back to the Caribbean.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what you're doing, too.
Absolutely.
The difficulty, or maybe it wasn't difficult, right? For you to introduce this concept has been around for years and years, but you're introducing it to mothers and fathers who may not see that as something that my baby ought to be doing. Did you have any pushback in that area with parents?
Absolutely. Caribbean mothers are typically notorious for telling, don't go in the water, that's the devil's sea. The ocean's actually discouraged. Many St. Lucians don't know how to swim, surprisingly.
That's where I need you to stop right there. Yeah, man. How many times have I found people that say that? And I don't want to push that, because that really is something that we need to kind of we delve into a little bit. So with that being said, and he already called it, we're going to take a real quick break. Get your tea, get your notes, come right back. We're hanging out with this amazing man, Mr. Shahid Rambally. Stay tuned. Be right back. Food is more than flavor. It's fellowship. It's culture, creativity, and connection. Every dish carries a story. Every recipe carries a legacy. When we sit at the table, we don't just eat, we experience. That's the power of passion in the kitchen and the beauty of community around the table. And we are back, family. Thank you yet again for just hanging out with us. I mean, you are just, can I just say thank you? And I know I've said it before, but when I tell you that you literally made my dreams come true, You really have. I thought that, right, becoming a medical doctor, I thought that was big stuff. Yeah, right? But being here and being able to tell your stories and bring them to the forefront and just hang out with you because you're so amazing. Thank you. Thank you so, so very much. Now, because we are in Chateau Margaux, at Chateau Margaux, and we're talking to this amazing soul here, Mr. Shahid Rambally, the the in I don't want to say invention of the Surfing Association, but you're being credited for this association is major. We said that before break. You're introducing it to mamas that think that their children are swimming in the devil's pond is another thing. How do you combat when someone says something and you're like that and you're thinking, but that's not really the reality? How do you go against the norms or the mindset of folk that don't want this, introduced like this?
That's a great question, because that's one of the biggest obstacles I've had, was dealing with the parents.
Yep.
Because sometimes I have very talented kids, but their parents just won't allow them once the waves get a certain height. But one thing that's really helped is with the recent Olympic victory Saint Lucia has had, having the fastest woman in the world.
Come on, Juju.
And and surfing is actually an Olympic sport as well.
It is.
And it's recognized. It's getting very popular.
Yeah.
So I think that was a very big thing with the Olympics, and that's sort of geared up a lot of the mentality. Like that was a great inspiration. If we could have the fastest woman in the world, why can't we have one of the fastest tennis swimmers?
Yeah.
We could have all sorts from surfers, sailors.
Absolutely.
And we have a country full of human resource, and people are that we just need opportunity. That's the biggest challenge is, working with the parents. And once you get the parents to say yes, and then you're trying to participate, is getting the opportunity, the finance, the sponsorship, the funding. Because of we come from a small economy, small island, it's very hard sometimes, even if you have a lot of talent, to break through. And that's why it's good to create these organizations, get many parents involved, and then they all work as a team, and then they start to sponsor all the young athletes. So that's you really need a sort of an organization, and that's some things that we've been working on. Absolutely. But it's definitely a big challenge. It's the parents. Luckily, I have young children as well, so they see my children in it as well.
Absolutely.
And with social media, you're able to show, listen, a kid can go out and do this, and it's if you're a good swimmer, if you know about water safety, water awareness, ocean awareness, we're surrounded by the ocean. So there's a very good example is the island of Barbados. They're very advanced in everything they do, like sporting wise. They create great swimmers, great surfers, great sailors. Everyone in Barbados seems like they're very athletic, sporty. I think everyone in Barbados probably knows how to swim.
That's where I was going. Yeah, man.
They have a whole different mentality. They're generations ahead of us. And I've had been fortunate enough to spend a little time in Barbados recently, and getting to know a lot of the Bajans and their mindset. And they're creating like all sorts of levels of athletes from a small island, and I think they're a great model to look at.
For sure.
And the other model that's good to look at, even though they're part of France and they have a lot more funding and financing, is Martinique. Martinique has taken it to another level.
Oh, come on.
And they have a great infrastructure. So we have two great neighbors that we could look at for examples.
Absolutely.
And I think once you change and the sport becomes more popular, I think that will also change the minds of a lot of parents.
You better believe it. Absolutely, it will. Now, when you have someone who does not know how to swim, grew up here, born here, raised here, grew up here, all of this water, and they tell you, but I don't know how to swim. What do you do with that? I mean, is part of your surfing association, is it to teach the little ones who don't know how to swim to swim?
Well, luckily right now in Saint Lucia, the swimming program has developed very rapidly. And we have so many, not only different national swim teams that are creating some of the fastest swimmers in the Caribbean, we also have a structure of learn to swim programs. And there's many now, and they're teaching kids as young as 3 years old to
Oh,
swim.
come on.
And
That's perfect.
in a very like within like a couple of weeks, they're already floating on their back.
Oh,
Within a month, they're already doing going down, picking things
I
off the
love
bottom.
that. I absolutely
So
love that.
I think St. Lucia, we have a comparative advantage. We're very the swimming program has really developed, and
Good.
I give that a lot of credit to a lot of the swimming clubs.
Okay.
One that we've been part of is the Lightning Aquatics.
Okay.
We just recently, this is our first year that we're not in the program because we've dedicated all our time to surfing now.
Gotcha.
But it's a group of talented swimmers and parents who are very enthusiastic and active. It's a great example to see what parents can do for that swimming program.
Huh.
And that's what we do. We normally refer to someone, if you can't swim, to that swimming program because that's a prerequisite for the surfing program.
I was going to ask you, is that one of the prerequisites?
And we don't just throw you into the big waves right away.
For sure.
We start off with the small stuff. You ride a little white water. You go to the beach a few times. We do some land training, some paddling, and eventually bring you up to the level. But fitness and the ability to swim is very important. Yeah, that's a prerequisite because it's not like basketball or where you could just decide to go sit on the bench and I'm just going to walk off the court.
Yeah.
You got to swim yourself out of that.
Yeah, right. So when you get someone who's afraid of the water, is that one of the things that you're saying? Oh, I'm so sorry, but this may not be for you, even though they want it?
Yeah, we try our best with them.
Okay.
And we try to put them in situations that they're comfortable in.
Gotcha.
But and we try to help them overcome the fear. And usually with people that have that fear, we put them in group settings. So they see other kids or other people, and they do feel a lot more comfortable when you know you're not the only one in it.
See, you thought of everything. But we're not done with you yet. I've been told that it's time for another break, Saint Lucia. So, family, we're going to go for a break. You're going to go get some more tea because this is it now. And thank you yet again for being here. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. It's been said that surfing is faith in motion. You can't see the wave until it rises, but you prepare, you position yourself, and then you ride it. That's life in abundance, moving with courage, grace, and joy. Here on Talk to Tongie, we celebrate those who dare to ride their wave and inspire others to do the same. And we are back, family. Oh my goodness. I swear to you, you can't see it. I'm sweating here. I'm so excited because I am literally taking notes. This man is a wealth of knowledge, and I swear to you, get out of your own way is what I'm gathering from all of this. I have been in my way. I have been in my way trying to get organized. Just hire some folk that know more than you. Isn't that what you do?
Absolutely.
Oh my God. All right. Let's talk, if you will. What do you want? What's the overall goal for the Surfing Association? What do you want to accomplish in this season?
This season has been quite eventful. You know, we've been real busy.
Yeah.
So it all started with the idea when I was traveling to different islands, and especially traveling with my boys. I always had people mention, why doesn't St. Lucia have a surfing association? I'm like, because there's only like 4 of us doing it.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you can't bring this back. And I got a lot of inspiration from Trinidad and Tobago, from Barbados, from Martinique. And they planted a seed, and one of the surfers told me, listen, why don't you just go try and apply? And I went to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and they have a division called the Alternative Sports Division. And it's run by Mr. Gustav.
Yeah.
And he's a wonderful individual. He was the first guy that didn't look at me like I was crazy. Like, dude, I've been looking for a guy like you. I got all these boards from Taiwan. I got all this stuff. I need someone to help me. And he gave me all the paperwork. He's like, fill this out, come back, and these are the requirements. And he set me on a path where he helped me form the Saint Lucia Surfing Association. And In fact, this November 1st, we're having an expo. It's called Launch for the Alternative Sports. So Saint Lucia Surfing Association will have a booth, and we're going to be represented. So we're going to be there on November 1st after 6 p.m.
All right.
At Point Seraphine. So
Point Seraphine.
Yeah.
Would you tell everyone who's watching and listening again?
Yeah. November 1st at Point Seraphine at 6 o'clock. It's going to be all the Alternative Sports Expo. So we're going to have everything from UFC fighting to darts to fast car driving to surfing to skateboarding. So it's going to be real interesting. You're going to find, if you're into any, want to learn a new sport, meet new people, this will be a great opportunity to explore what Saint Lucia has.
Oh my God! Yeah. Right here on this island.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Now, you know, when I started the Saint Lucia Surfing Association, I wrote to the International Surfing Association, the ISA.
Yeah.
And I got in touch with their membership director, Mr. Alex Reynolds, and he asked me a million questions, gave me a lot of paperwork to fill out, and I started to go about it. And I started training a few surfers, and I created a national team. And we're not going to get first place.
Yeah.
But we're definitely not going to be last.
Come on, man.
Yeah, we're representing, you know. But we probably don't have entire talent. We're going to probably make up in style.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I'm going to spearhead. I'm bringing the first team in the history of Saint Lucia to compete in the International Surfing Association World Junior Championship this December in Lima, Peru.
What?
Yeah, so we're going to be leaving next month.
Yeah. That is major. So if people, if other businesses want to get in on this and say, you know what, I want to be a part of what you're doing, man, would you tell them exactly how they can get involved, what they can do to maybe make donations, sponsor a child, or whatever it is that you've got going? Would you please share?
Absolutely. You just contact me at Saint Lucia Surfing Association, or you contact Chateau Mygo. We need a lot of help. We need boards for the kids, swimsuits, you know, all sorts of equipment, leashes, fins. Gotcha. And it doesn't really cost too much, but, you know, I've been reaching out to a lot of the international community as well, but it really makes a difference. And we have so many young surfers ready to go. Oh my God. So that's the best way to do that.
You better believe it, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be a success. You know that, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, we got just recently invited to Barbados to take part in the Barbados Surf Pro in about 2 weeks, and November 12th, we're going to bring our team as a warm-up for the World Championship. we're going to go join Barbados. So they're going to have a lot of international competitors there from different islands, from the United States, and now Saint Lucia.
Yeah,
Saint Lucia.
So if anyone ever tells you, mister, that, you know what, man, life is too hard, I can't do this, you know, it's easy for you because of X, Y, Z, what would you say to someone who's having that kind of mindset?
Yeah. It's never what it seems.
Come on.
And it only takes one person. And if you think, like, sometimes you see someone that seems like they had success, you're only seeing the end product. You don't see the steps that it took. And that person, for you to have success, you have to have multiple failures. And you will learn from a lot of failures. And sometimes you learn, those are your best lessons in life. And then you just have to recalibrate. But never look at someone and just because you see that was easy for them. It takes a lot, and it's not going to be easy. It's never easy. If it was easy, you wouldn't want it, you know. Yep. So that's what makes it so special is so difficult. And for me it was extremely difficult because I didn't have the support, because there's not many parents like me here, and there's not many other surfers with kids my age, young kids, and it's a lot different when you're invested in it. So. I'm the example of one person, just have a vision, have an idea, and make it happen.
Yeah,
make it happen.
You say it like easy, but we get it.
Make it happen.
All right, last thing. What's next for you? You've got a lot going. You started this thing. You've launched it in the deep, and you're too far out there now to turn around. Yeah. What's next?
My next thing that I'm going to be launching, so we've done the sailing, the swimming, the surfing. The next aspect of what we're going to be concentrating on this year is free diving. We had a free diving instructor from Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Chris Dennis.
Yeah.
He came down here last year and certified several of our young surfers and swimmers. He got them, Dr. Tongie, in less than 4 days. He got everyone to dive between 60 and 80 feet.
Oh, come on.
Free diving from people that never had experience.
Yeah.
And it's using different breath techniques, relaxation techniques. And he's also turned me on to the fact of using free diving and surfing as surf therapy and free diving therapy. So not necessarily as instructional as well, but also as like a meditation therapy. And I found that crossover with surfing and free diving was great because now my surfers, when they tackle these bigger waves, especially as we're traveling to all these different countries, whenever they're getting crushed by these waves, you just know you gotta relax and hold your breath. It's sort of like life, you know, when you're getting crushed and you're getting tumbled around, you gotta relax and it's gonna let you go eventually.
Oh my god!
You know, so it's a lot of lessons there. But that's my next direction. I want to go with all our associations, that free diving. So.
Oh my God, I never do. You are a breath of fresh air. You make me feel like a little kid again, and I can just do anything I put my mind to.
You know,
oh my God.
As I get older, I find it's your mentality and the way to stay young is you got to keep playing.
That's it.
When you stop playing, and then you just decide that you're done, it goes by too fast.
You better believe it.
And I find a lot of sports that I enjoy, if there's no youth in the sport, your sport will die eventually. Wow. So I want to, even when my back hurts too much, or you know I can't paddle out anymore, I want to be able to go to the beach and know that I helped, inspired different generations of surfers on the island, sailors and watermen. My big thing is, you know, I wasn't very good at cricket and football and all these other sports.
Right.
Yeah, but this is a place for us, you know? And especially the ocean. You got your spot.
You've created that place.
That's the spot.
Oh my gosh. Did you have fun this evening? I don't know about you, but I did. I really, really did. Whenever I can come and just take in the experiences and the wisdom of someone who's already done it, so I don't have to make the same mistakes. So I don't have to go through it because they've already done it and they've got the path lit real brightly for me to follow. If you've been inspired by tonight's conversation, do me a favor. Get involved. And I really do mean it. The gentleman, Mr. Rambally, has a lot of great things going on. Get your children involved. Ask those questions from your babies. Do you see yourself surfing or swimming? Seriously. And then reach out and become a major part of what we're doing here. I say we because I want to take part in this too, man. I want to be the first of many. Are you kidding me? But like we've always done, I pray that the stories that we've brought to you will transform you, will motivate you, will inspire you to get out of your way. Stop giving yourself excuses and give yourself permission to win because you got it. You came here with everything that you'll ever need. Success is right here. And when you start to live from this point right here, you will win in everything you do. He said it best. Hey, life is designed to be with challenges. But the one thing we do not do, we do not give up. We persevere. We hold on to this thing called faith, and we put one foot in front of the other. Yeah, man, we do. So, thank you again for being here. I love me some you, baby. Linda, you've done it again. Thank you for creating this amazing space to tell our stories. It is truly an absolute blessing to come before you every Friday right here on DBS 8 o'clock, man. Thank you, Bun Bun, for supporting your mama. Thank you, Kaden, Kendrick, and Idris. Thank you, Francis, for being the best part of my life. God be the glory for each one of you. Please be good to yourselves. And I really do mean that. And the same mercy and grace that you extend to other people, extend it to yourself. All right? Thank you. Good night.
we won't know to get